Well, welcome everyone here to episode 1 of the Dorm Pod, and it's 2026, boys, and no better way to start off the year by talking basketball. And if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
First, all right. My name is Will Walter. I am from Sleepy Eye St. Mary's. I'm a sophomore here at Bethany, and I'm a business major.
Hi, I'm Risley Borman. I'm from Pipestone. I went to Pipestone. It's my first year here. I'm a sophomore. I went to Dakota State last year, so I transferred in here. It's been a great experience, and I'm just excited to be here. I'm also going to be a teacher. So,
I'm Ellie Whitney. I'm a junior. I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and then this is my first year with the team. That's pretty much it.
All right, so the icebreaker question for you guys is, what does your game day routine look like?
I don't really got anything too specific I do on game days, honestly. I don't got like something that I eat every game day or anything. Pretty much just try and get a good meal in like a few hours before the game. Take a nap. Usually I started doing that this year, and that's about it really, honestly.
I'm a big sleep guy, so I usually try to sleep as long as possible, as long as I don't have class. If I don't have class, I'll sleep as late as I can, and then I'll get up. I always have a cup of coffee in the morning. Even on game days, maybe 2, and then I'll take a nap as well after class. So,
Drinking black or what?
no, I put a lot of creamer in there. I'm not that manly, so
Okay.
yeah.
You're just like my brother.
I would say, I try to take a nap too, but I just try to keep like every day the same, But I'll try to get a bubbler in there now. It's my new thing. So.
It's mine too. Yeah. I mean, let's talk about the team this year. All these guys are on the Vikings squad this year, and we start, where we're recording right now. It's the day before conference starts, and we have Northwestern and the championship game in the tournament last year. So Northwestern's coming off a strong season, and everyone was level. Like last year, Will, you'll probably remember this, but you guys were first, at the end, and then you just, lost a tough one against NCU that was trying to, hang on for dear life, and you drop all the way down to 4th. How do you think, not just you guys, but what coaches' expectations are for you guys getting ready for this conference start after having a solid non-conference schedule this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think they both know the coaching staff and the team. I think we are very confident in the team that we got. And obviously, like basically a brand new team from last year with one guy and JB who was playing this year that got minutes last year. So basically a completely new team. But I mean, we all like the team we got, and we're very confident. We know this obviously very good teams in our conference, and it's gonna be tough. But confident with the guys that we got in our circle, and excited for it. So
Yeah, kind of backing off him. Like, we had a tough non-con, which we like to do. We want to play really good teams, and I thought we did really well. We have a really good group. We practice really hard. We compete a lot in practice. We just like to, go at each other and have a fun time while doing it. And us as collectively, we know that now it's, everyone says it like when conference play starts, it's a new season, right? So now what happened, what doesn't happen, what did happen, doesn't really matter. We got to be ready to go, and we got a great group of guys ready to go and have fun and compete.
Yeah, I mean, like Will said, new group, and kind of realize that conference is going to be kind of a different type of season, maybe more competitive. I mean, the scouting's more difficult and things like that. So I think we're ready to like turn it up a notch, and I think we're ready and excited for it. So.
Yeah, scouting's a big thing. I noticed that a lot in the if you guys were watching NCAA volleyball at all, the Final Four, the Elite Eight, like you could tell, those teams in A&M in general, they just pinpointed certain, flaws that the opponent, usually made, and they made the opportunity of it, and they took 4th, and they got the championship at the end, with the scouting report. Scouting report's a big thing, and in conference it's tough when you play them multiple times, and you got to switch things up, and you got to make sure all your guys are on the same level and stuff like that. So that is it for the the Vikings opener. It's tomorrow, and let's go into the world of basketball. Let's start off with college basketball, and the new AP Top 25 just came out. Again, I set this script up about just under a month ago, but Michigan and Arizona are just the top two teams, big dogs. Just been scoring on everyone, and the great defense, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. What are your thoughts on those two teams this year?
Watching them, I'm a big college basketball guy. I just think they move the ball extremely well. Michigan, they have, I don't know how many games over 100 points now, but they're averaging like 80, 85 points a game. So shout out Landon Crane. I still think Duke's better, but Michigan has it rolling. I haven't watched Arizona that much, but I watched Michigan a few times, and they're really good. They play really hard, and you can't really replicate that all the time. They play hard for 40 minutes, and even the guys that are coming off the bench, it really doesn't change much through a transition of the top guys. They just come in, do the exact same thing, and score. They play fast, they score a lot, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a Michigan guy. I'm a Michigan State guy. I don't.
How'd that Duke game go? Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was a rough one. Yeah. But yeah, I would say, Michigan definitely looks like the team to beat right now. I haven't watched much Arizona either, but and I still think once the boys in green go to Ann Arbor, I think we'll get the win. So shout out Eli Olsen. But.
Yeah, Michigan State, that tough loss to Nebraska, that was tough.
Yeah.
It was a good game to watch too. I was just getting ready. I was settling into my new room and stuff like that. I'm checking the score. I'm like, it's neck and neck the entire game. It was tight, like pretty much the whole game. And then Nebraska held out there, but again, Nebraska's been a big name. Coming from not even being ranked to being like a mid sort of Big Ten team. Now they're in the top 10. And seeing Vanderbilt up there too. What are your thoughts on those two teams? They were shockers to me, like where they're at now in the rankings. Like what do you guys see from them, or what have you noticed?
With Nebraska, I think it's kind of been a long time coming with like Hoiberg coaching it. I don't know. I thought right when he came, but he's been there for a while now. But I thought he would kind of turn it around. But just seeing like their fan base get into it. Like one of my best friends was at the game, with the Michigan State game. And he FaceTimed me when he was storming the court. It seemed pretty crazy. So like, I'm happy for those fan bases. Teams that aren't usually good, for them to finally get it going.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to hate Nebraska just because Garvin chirps me every day about it. So I don't want to see them succeed. Just because I get chirped every single day in practice, and now I'm starting to have a personal vendetta against Nebraska. But yeah, no, it is great to see. It's great to see for Big Ten basketball, especially just to have a lot more dominant teams now. Hopefully Minnesota can do that one day, but that'd be ideal. But yeah, it's just really nice to see that that fan base, especially Nebraska's always had a loyal fan base, and just to see all those people come and pack the games, it creates a great atmosphere. It's a place you want to go play at and get an upset win.
Yeah, and just again with all these crazy good basketball teams, there comes a crazy good draft class, and with all these guys coming from Duke and even like mid majors to a degree, being in the top 32 picks. What do you think NBA teams are gonna do? Strategize how they draft if they have multiple draft picks, do you think? Because I know, I forgot this year, but I think San Antonio still has a good amount of picks. So does OKC. And yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on what certain NBA franchises will do with this talent that's coming up in the next 2 years or so?
I don't know. It's tough to say, honestly, because like this year is going to be one of the deepest draft classes I think we've seen in a while, honestly. In the next probably 2 years, honestly. So it's going to be tough. just really hope OKC doesn't get a hold of too many good players because it's already scary enough. So
I know.
Just got to hope they just mess up their picks. But I don't know. It's going to be really fun to see, though, with all the good players come up to the NBA. So
Yeah, I think it just really depends, like, especially those top teams, like if they trade for some picks, because obviously those two teams are going to be really good. It also depends what you need. Like Spurs don't really need a big man. They got Wemby on down there, but I mean the best pick in the draft would be Cam Boozer, but if you really want him, best player in the country. So, what do you think, Bryce? Best player in the country?
Yeah, I would say he's the best.
Limitations, but he can shoot, he can drive, he can dribble, he can pass, he can rebound.
Wait, Demance is better, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Leading scorer in the nation, Cam Boozer.
We could talk about the Tar Heel too. That's solid. I forgot what his name. What's his name?
We all in agreement saying Cam Boozer is the leading scorer in the country.
From Kansas, Peterson, right?
Yeah,
Peterson,
but he's on
Darren Peterson.
He didn't even play last night. He played 23 minutes and didn't play in the second
He's
half.
getting ready for the league.
He didn't do
That's horrible. That's a horrible. You don't want that guy.
Very good.
He had 23 points though.
I want that guy.
Well, yeah.
You want that guy. You want a guy like that just doesn't play. Actually, he is good though. He is really good.
I'm just curious on how Cam would fit in the NBA. I mean, he's a top 2 pick. It's just I'm curious, like just the way he plays. Like how is that? I'm not like doubting his career, but I'm kind of just pondering on like what he'll end up.
6'9". He's 6'9", isn't he, Bryce? 6'9". Sound right?
Something like that, yeah. He's taller than Con. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It kind of reminds me of how Paolo played at Duke. If you're like he kind of and Paolo's a very good player now, and that Kansas guy's gonna be a great player too. I was just joking around with you, but
Darren's gonna be good.
Yeah, he's gonna be really good. But I don't know. It just really depends in how he develops too. I mean, Paolo really developed a 3-point shot after his first 2 years, and not saying Cam can't shoot, but it's going to take a kind of different fit. It has to be kind of a perfect fit, I feel like, for him to really succeed, and I think he can. But it's just Duke's kind of centered around him. Like they're going to get him. He's going to get his touches. He's going to get on all sides of the floor, so it's a little easier for him to score. But I don't know. It really just depends. I think he's at least a top 2 pick. But
I see him. Yeah, I see him like scheme wise. I can see him like a Desmond Bain or sort of like. I guess he could play like Cooper, but he's not as flashy as Cooper. I think the closest one I think is Cooper because Cooper doesn't shoot that many threes, which Cam doesn't either. But they also, attack the rim with authority. And obviously Cooper's a lot more lengthier and more, I wouldn't say more athletic, but he's more lengthier and, scrawny enough to where he's able to do whatever he wants. And Cam's a little bit more of what his dad's build is. So,
yeah. I just think, they play the kind of difference between Cam that really stands out to me. He just plays off 2 so well. Like if you watched Con last year, Con played, still does, plays amazing off 2. It kind of reminds me of Con a little bit, just how he never really goes off 1. He kind of gets to the free throw line and just plays off 2 extremely well, which now it's a very hard thing to do at times. Yeah. To always play off 2, and I think Cam does like a very, really good job of that. So,
yeah, and we'll wrap up this college section with who do you got, in the March Madness. I know we still got a couple months left, but
I got to go Michigan State just because that's my team. We're having a good year right now.
Can't doubt Izzo in March.
Yeah, experienced coach, and I just feel like this team's a little different. Like very close knit, and I don't know, the passion behind it. I feel like it's different than most years because you see one thing with Michigan, they bring in a bunch of transfers. Michigan State does a little different where they kind of develop at the school. So I feel like when it becomes the March, that's going to pay off. But obviously, there's more talented groups. I could definitely see I hate to say it, Michigan or like you said, Arizona or Duke in it, but I'm gonna say Michigan State.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Michigan's the best team in the country, and I think it's gonna be really hard to stop them, especially if they keep this up. I want to say Duke, but also we have a lot of young guys. It's really hard to win with young guys. I think we all saw it last year. We lost to Houston. We were up 8. 55 seconds left to go. In March it comes down to experience. I think that most experienced teams usually win in March. So I think really honestly it's going to come down to I can see Michigan State just because they're super experienced. Whoever the most experienced, one of the most experienced teams is going to win just because those 5-year guys they just know how to win in March.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in Vegas during that Duke game, and I was just sitting there. I was like, "There's no way this is happening." It was like we were up 8 with like 55 seconds left. So I was like, "Sweet." So I go pick a ball with a couple buddies, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, "Wait, what?" I literally looked at. I was like, "Wait, we lost. There's no way. How does that happen?" But, yeah, Will, what do you got for your predictions? You got any?
I don't know. It's tough right
Okay.
now. If I had to pick right now, I'd probably say Michigan, even though I know Witt's not gonna like that. Their offense is just so good. I've only watched like 1 or 2 of their games, but I mean I've checked their scores from every game. They put up so many points every game. I feel like that's gonna be really tough to beat. Personally, I'm rooting for Louisville just because I've liked them for a long time. I started liking them when I was younger just because I like their colors and just kind of like them still now.
That's fair.
So just keep up with them. So, but I mean,
That'll be a
they've
fun
been
game
doing
to
pretty
watch
good, but-
tonight.
Oh yeah, Duke and Louisville.
Duke and Louisville
it'll
tonight.
be big. So, yeah, I don't know. If I had to pick right now, I'd probably say Michigan, but
Sure. I'm gonna go Iowa State,
Oh wow.
Interesting.
and I'm gonna say it because their veterans are stepping up, and I don't even know if they did any transfers. Like they had everyone that was in that run last year back, and they're bringing up their production more with Lipsy and Msilovic, and then all these other guys, doing their roles correctly. And I think Iowa State should make it to the championship game. I think Arizona. I think Michigan either flunks up. Either Arizona or Michigan's gonna flunk up, and it's gonna catch up to them. And I think we're gonna have one of those years where, you think these big powerhouses are powerhouses until maybe the Sweet 16, and then we just start seeing just dominoes fall. So that's my prediction this year. But yeah, that's the college section. We're gonna go over to the NBA, and we have OKC taking over the NBA. How can they be stopped? Well, we could tell you guys back at home watching this that the Spurs can stop them, and we know that for a fact because they haven't beat them once this year. Also, the Concanipple can stop them as well, beating them by 30. So, what have you guys noticed from OKC recently that could backfire on what I said here by them taking over the NBA?
I mean, I just think that obviously the Spurs matched up them really well, and the Wolves, because we beat them as well. Wolves beat them, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. That's right.
Oh, not the playoffs. We got spanked.
Oh, my bad.
I'm talking about right now though. Okay.
New year.
New year.
New
year, new us.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I just think you got to play them really hard for 40 minutes, and it's unfortunate that they get to the free throw line so much, but you just got to kind of take them out of the rhythm. You got to play good defense on Shea as much as you can. You got to be physical with Chet down low. I think that's one of the things that Wemby does really well. He's really physical with Chet, and Chet's the main key in their offense because he's so big and tall that you can kind of just you miss a shot, he's there for it. So I just think that you got to rebound the glass really hard, and you got to out tough them for 48 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say their depth kind of sets them apart during the playoffs. So I mean, like the Spurs obviously have a bunch of guys. I think the Wolves have a bunch of guys. I mean, maybe if other guys step up.
Yeah.
But I mean, like your starting 5 against their starting 5, like I'm fine with that matchup for you guys. But I would just say teams with like depth kind of usually like play well against the Thunder.
Yeah. But yeah, OKC is always. I meant to say New York. The Knicks are always a team to look at too when it comes to depth and who they got. My Bucks can never get there, but we'll see if possibly we do something at the trade deadline to help that out. It's kind of tough when you're in that weird franchise situation where we'll get to that point. And I was gonna say talk about the Spurs and how they beat the cheat code in OKC. We kind of just talked about it with, depth and then just working around Wemby and everything like that. I was like, well, we're a Minnesota school, so you have to talk about the T-Wolves. What are your thoughts on, where their season's at this year, and how can they improve a title run this year, you think?
I like where the team's at, honestly. They're a lot of fun to watch. I really wish that we would have got point guard in the offseason because I think that's kind of our main need. I really hope that we can get one at the deadline. I don't think we're going to, though. I think we're just going to stick with the team we got. With the team we got now, I think that we could make a finals run, but it's going to be tough. I do like what said. I like the depth that we got. I think that we have a very good team, and if he can stay consistent in the playoffs, that's kind of been his problem the last 2 years. He's kind of
hits a wall, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. And Rudy too. We need him to be consistent. Traded for him. Need him to be the big key or the big piece that we need to be. So I don't know.
Sure. Well, you have
over the last 6 to 8 games, Ant's averaging like 30 points off of 45% from three. That's unreal. The best player in the league. So, Cade Cunningham can't mess with that.
Con's still shooting better, though.
Why are you bringing up Cade?
Because you love Cade, so I had to give you a slight, got to rage bait you a little bit. But, yeah, well, that's Con's main thing is to shoot threes. And does it all. Con's a more catch-and-shoot guy, so, you'd hope your catch-and-shoot shooter's better, but that's like comparing, Clay.
He plays well off, too, though.
Yeah, he's well off, too.
When he has to go down there, though. Cooper and Con did get NBA Rookie of the Month on both sides. So.
Back-to-back months in a row.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So shout out Duke Legends. But
true.
What do you think, Whit? I know you're a Pistons guy, but
yeah, I'm more of a East guy. I don't really keep up with the West as much. I think the Timberwolves have some flaws that usually get exposed in the playoffs.
Yeah,
around
that's
a bunch of Timberwolves
true.
fans.
That's
fair
true.
To say.
That's fair. When you get to the Nas Reed train, he can't carry the whole boat on his back. What was that one game? Wasn't it like the one game where he just was like insane, and then they tried to feed to him next game, and then he just couldn't do anything? Yeah, I forgot. Wasn't that?
I think that was the Dallas series. That was was that 3 years ago? We went to the Western Conference, or 2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah.
We got swept, or gentleman's sweep, I guess, that year. But there was a lot of close games. We lost a buzzer beater, lost another one close. So and then
buzzer beater.
We missed.
Oh, I know. That buzzer beater was the one over Rudy. That was the worst moment I've ever watched live.
The best one of my life, though, was when Rudy Gobert hit that fadeaway against the Nuggets. I was like, as soon as he hit that, I said, we're winning this game. I sat up on my couch, I was like, Dad, get ready, we're winning this.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, that's good.
I think also, on the Wolves, Ant's been inconsistent in the playoffs. That's really hurt us. Especially a couple series, he averaged 18 points, and then, against that Lakers series, he was unconscious. We just got to keep him at, a medium playing field so he can be consistent in and out, and I think that's helps us a lot. I think we need Rudy to be consistent. We need more than 8 points a game from him in the playoffs, especially when you don't run as many people. We don't have that much depth when it gets to playoffs time with injuries and stuff like that. So
sure. Well, a big topic coming around is Giannis leaving Milwaukee, and what should the Bucks do to rebuild their team this year?
Shoot, I don't know. I don't watch the Bucks, to be honest with you.
Their best players are Giannis and Turner, so they don't have much of guards. So I would say they got to get someone who can create a little more. I don't think Hollins is really an NBA level starter. He's put up some numbers, but I just feel like getting some guards. But they don't have any money because Giannis is getting so much, and so they're kind of stuck, like you said.
Yeah, kind of stuck.
I think Ryan Rollins is really good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if he's
Ryan is good. Yeah,
quite at that level yet, but I think that he has potential to be for sure. Just watching him, he's pretty tough. Not gonna lie.
I'm not a fan.
Why? What do you not like about his game?
I watched him play the Pistons, and I just thought he was kind of limited. Anyone's gonna look good next to Giannis, but I feel like he plays defense though, which is different from Dame, who would just stand there.
Yeah.
So I think that's they need to really hunker down and just become a good defensive team if they want to win.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's better teams in the East,
Yeah,
like the Pistons.
that's true.
Gosh, bro.
Why are you shaking your head?
Well, speaking of the Pistons, we have Gavin Gross and Ryan Schrupp. Shout out to them, saying that Jalen Johnson is greater than Cade Cunningham.
See, I think they're just trying to rage bait me with that one. I think Jalen Johnson is a good player, but there's certain tiers to it, and I would say Cade is in that upper tier that only few can touch.
Bro, you're acting like he's prime Jordan out here, bro.
He's an MVP candidate. I don't know. Johnson's good, but he can't shoot. Cade can do everything on the court. So
He can't really shoot either.
He can't shoot?
No.
Okay, I know. I get what you're saying. I'm not gonna lie. This year, Jalen Johnson's been just as good as Cade.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily
But
think
the
that
Pistons
he's
are
better.
first in the East, though. So, like, this winning has to mean something.
I know.
Winning does mean something, I agree. But I do think, though, Cade's next biggest thing is his shooting. Like, he needs to get better at his shooting consistently.
Yeah, but he's also
But I think also he's a amazing player. He can do everything, but I don't think the consistent shooting needs to be there. I feel like that's.
Like if you could bring one of them to the Wolves right now, who would you rather have, Cade or Jalen?
I would have Cade because he's averaging like 12 assists a game.
9 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Most
He's
people don't know
averaging
this.
26, 7, 6, and 10.
Yeah, I think the Wolves could.
So he is
I think the
averaging a
Wolves could use-
double-double.
What's Jalen's stats?
Jalen's got good
Jalen's
stats.
might be
Yeah.
averaging more assists, which is
I
crazy.
would-
Nobody
I would-
knows. It's gonna be close.
He's not averaging 9 assists, but he has more rebounds.
He's gonna be averaging at least 8 assists. I can almost guarantee you.
Will. No.
Look at that.
Yeah, 24 points, 10 boards, almost 9 assists.
Oh my gosh!
Almost 9.
Bro.
So he's
52%
honestly
from the
though,
field.
I would
That's
I would
crazy. I
still
did not know that.
I would
Yeah, I
still
know,
pick
he's-
Cade
Because
honestly.
he had to play point or like he had the ball in his hands more when Trey was out for like.
Plus
What about
he-
a trade? Trey Young.
Plus
now?
I know.
Jalen Johnson is shooting 5% better than Cade too.
From three or just at all
In general.
Probably from 3 too. He's been shooting 3 good.
Cade's still better. I don't care.
Jalen plus
I
not,
think
not
Cade's
to
better.
mention Jalen's a top 10 defender in the league too.
Okay,
Cade-
now you're just
No, he is.
Cade's shooting 39% from 3 this year.
pretty solid.
That's
It's
pretty
For a
solid.
guy who can't shoot, right?
I said that his
Yeah.
next thing, best thing is shooting on volume
What do you
attempts.
want him to shoot?
He's a better.
not Curry.
I'm saying
Oh, Jalen's also shooting 33 from 3 too.
33. That's
33. That's good.
not as good, right? Yeah.
I also-
they're
I
both
will-
great players. Let's just leave it at that. We don't always need to
Yeah,
compare
I will also
Yeah,
say
plus they're
maybe
different positions too.
Yeah, they're
but
different
maybe my ball
positions,
knowledge was a
yeah.
little lacking when I said that, but I did see it was like a few games ago that he was struggling from 3. I was just saying like the next thing is him be a very consistent shooter.
Yeah, catch and shoot. He's
All
not
right.
very great.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
the thing is, the Hawks don't have anyone anymore because Trey.
4 minutes.
I would say
Yeah,
Trey
makes
Young
sense.
is washed.
You got 4 minutes, Bryce.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on the final stretch here. And then Cole Pearson 20 says that Cade will never reach SGA
Okay.
level.
Um,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the next tier that Cade needs to get
I
to,
could-
and I feel
he
like that
can
only
get
comes
there.
with winning.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's a tough one. Cole's my boy, but I feel like Cade is going to get to that level at some point. He's just got to win. So
But like if you put Cade on that Thunder team, do you think that they're just as good?
yes,
Yeah. They
he.
very well could
But
be.
Cade would move it around more. SJ is more like scoring focused,
Yeah.
and Cade kind of looks for the pick and roll or the kickouts.
Yeah.
But I feel like the team would still succeed just as much.
And then Gannon it says that Jokic will be a top 6 of all time when his career is over.
Top 3.
I think that's a no-brainer.
Top 3.
Gannon.
100%.
You know,
I
I think-
agree.
Yeah. Shout out Gannon. Thanks for the obvious question.
Yeah.
Schoolers.
Yeah.
All right, go school.
Go
Go Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And then we could talk about, we can go on like a minute and a half rant on SGA being a free throw merchant.
I got this one.
Yeah.
that's you guys.
Okay. So I understand that's very frustrating to watch, but I'm a firm believer that this situation where you need to look at like don't hate the player, hate the game, because if the refs are gonna call it, like he's not the only player that does it. If you can get free points by flopping, I know it sucks to watch. I'm not disagreeing with that, but like people have been doing it for a long time. Harden was doing it back in his MVP years, flopping just as
True.
much. SGA doesn't even lead the league in free throw attempts. I don't think he did last year either. And
Giannis
like,
is up there though.
but his flops just get highlighted because everybody hates him, and like I said multiple times, like
I
it
think
sucks
you
to
gotta be
watch.
consistent whistle though, because if you watch Steph Curry, I think Steph Curry
He has the
has
worst
the worst
whistle
whistle in the
yeah,
NBA.
yeah.
because
He doesn't
that
make
guy
calls.
gets grabbed off all screens and
Yeah.
gets killed, and He's the only player to have 50 points on one free throw attempt.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like,
It's crazy.
it is hard to watch, and I agree with you that, like, you don't hate the game. But I think if you're going to do that, it has to be consistent, especially for your superstars. Because obviously Shea's a superstar, and he gets a superstar whistle.
Yeah.
But then I think all superstars should get the same whistle.
Yeah.
And then finally, the last question to finish out the day is, what should the major leagues in the NBA, MLB, NFL, what should they do to balance out the playing field? And I know you can go on a little bit of a rant on kind of how the Dodgers are, holding on to the MLB, by the throat, kind of just, threatening them to change the rules. But, what are your thoughts on, that and those big franchises like taking over the leagues nowadays?
Well, the MLB is the only one without like a salary cap, and I feel like they need to like fix that. I feel like that's how they make their money, though. The owners can like go over the cap and things like that. So the Dodgers obviously make the most money, so they're willing to go over the cap. And then NBA, they kind of are stricter on that. Like they have that hard cap. So
Sure.
like that's why like the Celtics got split up. So I feel like the NBA does it right. I mean, players are going to want to play for the big markets, so there's always going to be a little bit like unfair with that.
Yeah.
But I feel like the MLB is almost becoming like laughable
Yeah,
because the Dodgers are putting out an all-star team.
right.
Like, why
Every
would I
year.
wanna watch that.
Sure.
It's hard, though, because baseball is such an old school sport.
Yeah.
And they don't like changing things. So they haven't adjusted to the modern day where
Sure.
you take the Twins, which is a small market team, and you take the Dodgers, and you compare players and salaries. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
And it sucks to see because no one wants to watch it. Like, you're just like, oh, the World Series is on, the Dodgers playing. Yeah, that's cool. Like, if the baseball wants to get back up to the views again, I think they got to do a lot more things on the entertainment side, which the NFL and NBA both have bought into.
Sure.
The make it so people want to come to their games. Even teams that have losing records still have people come up because it's such an entertainment industry. And I think that's what baseball lacks.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Well, yeah. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for, joining the show. And we'll be back with softball here in a week. We'll see you guys then. Peace.
Peace.